Hey everyone, Max here from MinMax Blog, back with a legacy video. Today we're playing a deck that I brewed up that's it's pretty silly, but it's fun. So there's always this adage with Chalice decks that it's Chalice at the Void and whatever the hell you want in addition to that, just cards to fill it out. So today we're filling out with the most broken cards in Magic, Wrenn and Six and Oko Thief of Crowns. So this is a Planeswalker prison deck. We've got a full set of Chalice of the Void, full set of Trinisphere, 4 Ensnaring Bridges in the 75, 3 main and 1 sideboard to wish for with Karn. And then basically adding the most busted Planeswalkers in Magic, Wrenn and Six, Oko Thief of Crowns, and Karn the Great Creator to fill out this deck. We're casting these with Interplanar Beacon, which filters a colorless mana, or any generic mana I guess I should say, into 2 mana of 2 different colors. You'll notice that Wrenn and Six is red-green, and Oko is blue-green. So that means that an Ancient Tomb or City of Traitors plus an Interplanar Beacon actually casts Oko. So that's awesome. It also, the life gain on Interplanar Beacon helps to counteract the damage from Ancient Tomb, so that's pretty sweet. We've got Sylvan Library as kind of the glue to hold the deck together, because, honestly, look at it, it's clunky as hell. It's going to be pretty inconsistent. And we've got Walking Ballista because it's a busted Magic card with Soul Dance. Helps hold the fort, keep things balanced. Moving over to the sideboard, we've got a split of Echoing Truth and Brazen Borrower to bounce problematic permanents such as Merit Lages, etc. I'm not sure which is better, since Echoing Truth bounces like Empty the Warren's Goblin tokens. Meanwhile, Brazen Borrower can actually pressure Planeswalkers and say against Blood Moon Stompy. We've got 4 Goblin Rabblемasters in order to turn the pressure on against decks that side out removal, because look at this main deck. 2 Force of Vigor for other Chalice or Blood Moon decks. Tormod's Crypt as anti-graveyard. Liquimetal Coating, which is cute with Karn, but really cute with Oko, because Oko can turn an artifact or a creature into an elk, and Liquimetal Coating can turn anything into an artifact. So enchantments or planeswalkers, those are now elks. I've actually even turned an opposing Oko into an elk. That was fun. We've got Sorcerous Spyglass to shut off after-good abilities, obviously. Sometimes when planeswalkers are scarier against us or against depths decks or what have you, the 4th Ensnaring Bridge is in the board so that we can wish for it with Karn, Mycosynth Lattice to win with Karn, and a Ballista again to wish for it with Karn. So we're going to pop Planeswalker Prison into a league, and I will see you all in a minute. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, we're here for round 1. We're against Bimmertech 510. We've won the die roll. We'll play first. Let's look at this hand. It's got no turn 1 play, but it does have a turn 2 Sylvan Library. It's got an Ensnaring Bridge for creature matchups. I'm inclined to keep this. And kind of hope my opponent's on a creature deck, where this kind of hand is good. They're mulliganing to 6. I think I'm going to lead on Snow-Covered Forest, because it's the vaguest of possible openings that I can present. Actually, the vaguest opening would be Wooded Foothills, but I don't want to play into Stifle if my opponent's playing a Stifle deck. We'll see if they're on creatures. Unfortunately, I've only got the one basic in my deck. Urborg, huh? Okay, so Ensnaring Bridge is probably going to be the hit, if I had to guess. I'm guessing this is a depths deck. So if Ensnaring Bridge gets taken, yep. Looks like we're against depths. Good to note. So if we can get above 20 life, that would be fantastic. I would love to do so. I'm going to play Volcanic Island. I don't want to reveal that I drew Interplanar Beacon. for no reason. I guess I technically could have also played Ancient Tomb and tapped it for black. Maybe that would have been the better play, since it gives me more mana potential next turn. Thinking about it more, I probably should have done that. I just didn't really consider the Ancient Tomb, or consider the Urborg at the time with how it takes away the pain of Ancient Tomb. Duress. Okay, so my opponent's, again, is probably still on depths. We've more or less confirmed that. We're going to see how they, yeah, their depths. Let's try to get an Ensnaring Bridge in play, huh? They're thinking on their own end step. They must have a crop rotation, but... Okay, so yeah, we'll draw Karn. That's great. Get it? I'm going to put this on top, and I'm going to pay 4 to keep the Wasteland. Yeah. Now we've got to play Ancient Tomb. Get this Karn down. So at this point, I think I'm going to I can wish for something. So I can wish for Sorcerous Spyglass. The next turn I can wish for Ensnaring Bridge. And I think that's probably the best bet. Unless I'm just not expecting my opponent to have a third discard spell. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to play around my opponent having a third discard spell. I think I'm going to actually get the bridge and make them spend their turn, if they have this discard spell, discarding the bridge. Because it buys me time to get this Wasteland down. Because if I can get Wasteland in play, then I'm much less vulnerable to getting depthed. Crop rotation? Yep. Okay. There's the Dark Depths. There's the stage. Okay. So they've got a 20/20 now. So they duress the, yep. You must have a Hex Mage. Okay. So at this point, the Hex Mage, really, they're going to let me untap? Seems like a mistake. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I have 6 mana available to me, but unfortunately Mycosynth Lattice does not stop the my impending doom here. So I maybe could have played around the third discard spell. Trying to think if I have any way out of this. I don't think I do. An Oko would have gotten me out of this, but not to be. I'm just taking actions at random now. I'm going to grab the Spyglass just to see what's in my opponent's hand. I might learn something. Or I might grab Lattice, see if I can't convince them to attack Karn. They'll almost certainly attack me, but I did make a Lattice. Okay, yeah, they figured it out. Well, I kind of feel like I threw that game away, but maybe I didn't. They could have Hexmaged to kill my Karn if I hadn't grabbed the bridge, so either way, things weren't looking great. Walking Ballista and Firespout are not great. Chalice of the Void is so-so at best. Let's look at what kind of cards we have. We have Brazen Borrower and Echoing Truth as cards we can bring in. The 4th Ensnaring Bridge I'm going to leave in the sideboard for Karn. And then probably also I could afford to bring in Spyglass, since Ensnaring Bridge is my best hit with Karn. Like I don't want too many cards in the Wishboard. I only want like a couple. And I'm going to go with the Rabblemaster as the last card to round it out. Maybe it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, let's play the Rabble. This time we'll be on the play again. Nowhere against Depths. This hand is a turn 1 Oko. So we'll do that. Keep. Our opponent's down to 5 cards. So at this point, my plan is turn 1 Oko, keeping the Interplanar Beacon. Since this gains me life. And I'm going to now make a food. Turn 1 Oko. Good in every format. Don't have much left in the hand, but it's okay. Pithing Needle? Oh, my name's Oko if I had to guess. Yeah, okay. Cool. So now I'm going to go. I'm going to add this and filter this into red-green. Red-green is somewhere. Okay. Play Wrenn and Six. Gain another life. Awesome. And buy this Volcanic Island back. Play it. So now we've got Wrenn and Six going. Got a Karn coming down next turn. Trying to keep my life total as high as possible. Ooh, I could have killed the Pithing Needle. I didn't think about that. I can do that next turn. Let's grab... can grab something fun here. Let's grab an Ensnaring Bridge to force my opponent to interact with it. No, that seems greedy. Let's grab the Lattice because, again, it still forces interaction the same way. But at least this way we don't lose our Ensnaring Bridge if it gets discarded. Because yeah, I can +1 Karn on the Pithing Needle, -1 Wrenn on the Pithing Needle, and then I have Oko life. Let's start with that, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lattice. Reputation, okay. Maybe they're making a Merit Laish. Probably are. Yep. Okay, they've got a Merit Laish. It's gonna be sweet. So now we've got a Lattice. They've got a 1/1. Yeah, they've got an Elk. Nice. Oh man, that was sweet. Okay, cool. We got that game. Oh man, that was satisfying. If nothing else goes right this league, that was lovely. All three broken planeswalkers working in tandem there to turn a 20/20 flying indestructible that was killing us with a Pithing Needle on Oko into an Elk. This hand seems quite good. It's got a lot of counterplay to it. So they've got crop rotation. Almost certainly. I am not going to throw away the City of Traitors. I would much rather Chalice on 1 first. I'm going to do it off of a basic forest. I don't want to get wastelanded. Even if it shuts off my Rabblemaster. Okay, so we've got Chalice of the Void in play. Second part of this plan is to play a Spyglass. Maybe a Sylvan Library next, I don't know. Okay, Vampire Hexmage, yep. Makes Spyglass an easier card to name here. Yeah, let's Spyglass. See what's going on. Because they can. So, okay. Let's see, so I have 2 turns to answer this. I have to name Hexmage here, so I'm going to. But yeah, I don't have long to answer my opponent's board, unfortunately. Because they can blow up Vampire Hexmage. No, they can Abrupt Decay the Spyglass, but now they have to do that as one of their steps. And hopefully I can Sylvan Library into an Ensnaring Bridge before that. You could also go the stage depth route. Our opponent is thinking about their options. Thinking. Hey everyone, our opponent was thinking for a little bit on that one, so pause the recording, but they're back now and they've decided to go to combat. Attacking us for 2. Second main phase, our opponent has a plethora of options available to them. Ghost Quarter. That's really bad for me. It's my only basic. It's really bad for me. I need to draw. Okay, well. That one is about as badly as it could. Played on my one basic and got it ghost quartered. Fetched for my one basic, I should say. Well, not sure if there's a lesson to learn there, but I hope someone learned something. What's going to happen to us now is this Sorcerous Spyglass is going to get Abrupt Decayed, and then Dark Depths is going to get cast. Or played, and then Vampire Hexmage is going to enter the battlefield. At which point, if I top deck an Interplanar Beacon, I could turn the Merit into an Elk. So that would be my best draw. I'll be on a 4-outer. They could afford to play around Wasteland. They've got a Thespian stage in hand. Looks like they're casting another Hexmage. They're going to go for the 2020? They're not. Smart. Okay, so now I've got another City of Traitors. Is there anything I can do with a Karn? Nope. I'm going to concede. I'll see you all in round 2. Hey everyone, we're here for round 2. We're against Malice Karn, sweet name. This is an easy keep. Don't know exactly what we're going to do on turn 1. I think it's Mox Diamond, pitch Taiga, play Misty. And then, because I don't want to expose Wasteland. Maybe I fetch straight up to play around Stifle. Looks like they're considering forcing this. If they do, the hand gets significantly worse because it becomes very slow. It also gets a Force of Will out of my opponent's hand. The fact that they're thinking so long on this, though, does encourage me to play Trinisphere before I play my other 3-drops. Because Trinisphere is kind of a force or bust sort of deal. Where either they force the Trinisphere or they're not going to force much of anything. Opponent's thinking on this one. Okay, it resolved. So I'm going to pitch Taiga. I'm going to play Misty. Given my opponent is playing a blue deck, I'm going to fetch for the basic forest now to play around Wasteland and pass the turn. So hopefully the plan from here on out. Well, if you hear meowing in the background, my cat Miri brought us a mouse toy. He wants to play. That's very sweet. Miri, is that your mouse? I hope you all enjoy cat meowing and mouse toys. You know I do. Okay, so they're playing an artifact deck, probably an Urza deck. They've pitched a Psy. So this Firespout definitely holds some value. It's also worth noting that Oko is particularly It's able to knock out artifacts. Lotus Petal, Mox Amber. Interesting. I think I'm gonna... Do I want the Wasteland more or the Mox Diamond? Mox Diamond can become an elk. Yeah, let's do that. Colorless, green, blue, we'll go. I'm going to plus on the Petal, because currently the Mox Amber is not making mana. And then next turn, so they're going to attack me with the Petal, or attack Oko. And then I'll plus on the Mox Amber, and then I'm going to Firespout the board. This is my plan to mana screw my opponent. Seed of the Synod. I'm actually going to turn... Yeah, I'm going to Wasteland the seat, and I can Elk the Amber. Okay, that's fine. So Elk the Amber. One, two, three. Firespout. I'm going to play Ancient Tomb because there's no reason not to. That way, if I have to pay for days for whatever reason, I don't have to worry about the Amber. Now I can Wasteland the seat. And I've used Oko, and my opponent's got a Sai. Hopefully they don't have more artifacts. They didn't last turn. Looks like they drew an island. So now I'm going to turn Sai into an elk. Yeah, that makes sense. It's +1 on Sai. No Thopters for you. Now I can +1 on Wasteland. Ooh, I might have messed up. Oko's now a goner. I definitely messed up there. For some reason I was considering that Oko was a +2 there. It's obviously not. But at least I don't need to deal with the Horde of Thopters. But I could have dealt with that with Wrenn. I'm just not playing well. Apologies. Yep, there's an Urza. Don't need to do that now, I can untap. Ensnaring Bridge, wonderful. Okay, so first things first, let's take out this construct. And we'll play an Ensnaring Bridge. Sack this tomb. And we've got some sort of lock going on. The Wrenn and Six is pretty cool. So I think I return Wasteland. Play it. And I think I cast the other Wrenn and Six. And +1 on nothing. Just want to keep my hand empty though. I'll keep the current Wrenn and Six. Just be legit with it. this point, it looks like my opponent shouldn't be able to do much with what they have available to them. Ancient Tomb, okay. LED. For not being able to do much, it looks like they're about to do a lot. LED adds 4 mana with Karn, which is awesome. Casting Echo of Eons. Oof, that's rough. So we draw 7. I have not wanted to draw 7 this little in a long time. Okay. At least we have a lot of things we can play out next turn. Get our board small. Yeah, drawing 7 is pretty powerful when your opponent has an Ensnaring Bridge. That's like a double upside draw 7. Our opponent's also still got 6 mana available, so that's awesome for them. It's like they're deep in the tank about what to do. Karn the Great Creator is always a good choice. It shuts off my Mox Diamonds. It's annoying. So instead of having a bunch of mana next turn, I have a lot less. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technically, but it's only 1 green for colored, so I have only 5 mana available. Which means it's either like Oko plus Wrenn if this Wrenn dies or something like that. Yeah, this Wrenn's going down. They're trying to think about what to do. I guess I could also Oko and animate Ensnaring Bridge and attack Karn. That's a very reasonable play that prevents me from dying to a Lattice next turn. My opponent's thinking about what they want to do, though. I need to consider my options. Because they're -2ing. What are they going to get? Once they figure out what they're getting, I can try to formulate a game plan to figure out what we're getting. Also, instead of animating the Ensnaring Bridge, I might be better off animating a Mox Diamond, since they're pretty much worthless with this card in play. Oh, they got a Spyglass, okay. Well, that's annoying. Probably gonna name Oko now. Which is rough for us. The home team. If they don't name Oko, we're fine. Yeah, they name Oko. And unlike the Pithing Needle, it's going to be harder to undo this because it becomes a 2/2. Now they're casting more stuff. Chalice? Okay, Chalice on 1. That part doesn't matter. Okay. Well, our draw wasn't anything, unfortunately. I think at this point I'm forced to play Wrenn and Six in Sylvan Library. I only have 2 colored mana available to me. I have to Wrenn, otherwise this Karn just gets a Lattice and we lose. So I guess I'm going to go with the forced play. As bad as it feels. This Karn down. I guess Wasteland. Play Mox Diamond. I'm going to pitch the Ancient Tomb. Can't use my Moxen, but hopefully I can empty my hand sooner rather than later. This will be a good Force of Vigor game. Urza Stompy. So we'll be keeping the Chalices probably, and Chalice on 0 pretty aggressively. I'm assuming that they have some number of baubles in their deck. With the Sai and the Urza. And they also played Force of Will, so they can't be playing that many. Spyglass is getting in there. Very cool. Taking the hits. And again, unfortunately, can't get rid of this Karn. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Well, that kills us. Nothing in our hand does anything. Probably could have played 2 spells into the Chalice just to prevent the Sai from attacking, but I've emotionally given up on this game. As soon as they put the Lattice on the stack, I'll concede. Here's the Lattice. Do it. Do it. Okay. So I'm thinking Trinisphere is not going to be that good against them. And Chalice on 0 is going to be decent. I might trim a Mox Diamond and like trim on Trinispheres. I want to bring an Echoing Truth, Brazen Borrower, set of Rabblемasters to pressure the Planeswalker, and the Force of Vigors. I want to bring these in. And I could cut a Ballista. I can get behind that. Going into game 2, I'd like to play first. This hand is too slow. This hand has a Force of Vigor and an Oko. You can pitch Oko to Force of Vigor and play Ensnaring Bridge. I don't think that's a real plan. It doesn't like cast anything. I think I gotta go to 5. Fuck, this 5 has nothing. Going to 4. This 4 is nothing. Ugh. I'm going to 3. Okay, keep. Putting away Firespout. Interplanar Beacon. Ensnaring Bridge and Misty Rainforest. Hope Sylvan Library gets there. That's frustrating. One's got a pedal down. So I'm going to play a Chalice on 0 now. Obviously a little late. But gotta do what I can. This Sylvan Library is good, right? Helps us draw out of things. This is the Karn. Urza. That's also good for them. They get a Karn Struct. Let's find a Wrenn and Six. I'm gonna pay 4 life to put 1 Chalice in my hand. Just emptying my hand here. I just want to clear the top of my library a little bit so I can draw into something gas in the future. If I could find a Wrenn and Six here, that would be great. Narset. Mox Opal. So they clearly have a plan for this Chalice. But I have another Chalice, so once they cleared this one, I can recast the other one. Oh right, I can't Sylvan Library under Narset. Well, that's annoying. This just lines up so poorly for me, this whole thing. So at this point, it's a good thing I paid the extra 4 for that Chalice. Echo Vians. Karn. Where's that? Okay. So they're doing this to make a construct and kill me faster. Or so they can hardcast an Echo next turn because they are live for that. And I'm going to concede because Echo and Lethal. GG's. I will see you all for round 3. Hey everyone, we're back for round 3. Unfortunately, we're 0-2 in this league, but let's try to battle back. We're against TKC 55. We've won the die roll. We'll play first. This hand has a turn 1 Trinisphere followed by a turn 2 Oko, which in the biz is called a keep. Once mulliganed. Lead on Lotus Petal. Trinisphere. So that resolved, which means they can't be doing anything that bad to us now. Now we Interplanar Beacon into red, or sorry, into blue-green. Cast Oko. Our opponent's looking at this, probably in disbelief, which is good. It's kind of what we were going for here. Make a food. At this point, make this food into an elk. Attack. And I'm gonna play a Chalice on one over a Wrenn, I think. I don't know exactly what my opponent has in store, but I know that it's not something I want to deal with. If they're on show and tell and they show and tell in a creature, at least I can turn it into an elk. Ballista's a big elk. At this point, I think I play another Trinisphere. It's the newly controlled one. So turn this old crappy Trinisphere into an elk. Get in there for 6. The next turn I have lethal. Because I can attack for 9, then Ballista for 2. Fetching Island here, what does that tell me? Not sure. The fact that they haven't conceded probably points to the fact that they're on show and tell or some other unfair deck. I think Storm would have conceded by now, given the Chalice and Trinisphere, so I'm going to put them on Sneak and Show for sideboarding. We'll see how accurate this is going into game 2. The Firespout can come out, the Ballistas can come out. These are not good cards against Sneak and Show. Brazen Borrower is good. Spyglass is good, but Ensnaring Bridge is better, so we're putting the best card in the sideboard, the second best in the main. To put in a Force of Vigor. Wrenn and Six is not that good against them. And probably some number of Rabblемasters. Just fill it out with Rabblемasters. So now we're on the draw. This hand is, I believe, a keep. I don't want to mulligan too aggressively because I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. They haven't really shown me much of anything. If I draw a Mox Diamond off the top, I'm going to slam a Trinisphere down on turn 1. I think I'm just going to leave Wooded Foothills and pass. I'm not fetching yet because if I draw another color of mana, I currently need red, blue, and green to cast the spells in my hand. And so say I draw a Volcanic Island, or a Tropical, or a Taiga, I'd like to be able to use my Wooded Foothills to fetch the other part that I'm missing. Knowing nothing, I will fetch probably red-green, which is Taiga, because it casts Rabblemaster and it casts Trinisphere. Opponent's hard in the cantrips. Force of Vigor is a pretty big relief, actually. Yeah, let's go to Taiga here. Slam down a Trinisphere. Encourage is a force of will. Pitching Dawn from Dreams, so they're on Omnitel. So another card I could potentially cut is Wasteland. Preordain, okay. Now we know they're on Omnitel, which is very important. Let's determine how we sideboard. I'm gonna slam down a Karn. Impulse and response. I'm gonna grab a Mycosynth Lattice. Or no. Lattice plus Force of Vigor does not work how I want it to. And if they can't cast spells with Omniscience, they can still cast everything for free. So maybe it's Liquimetal Coating to start gunning down their lands. Or elking things. Yeah, I like that. Liquimetal Coating for plus Force of Vigor is kind of a combo. Show and tell? Yep. So we'll put in Liquimetal Coating. As soon as they cast a thing. Emrakul, huh? Action from instance, colored spells. I can't beat that, right? Yeah, I can Force of Vigor pitching the Omniscience, but then I protection from colored. Yeah, I cannot beat this. Okay. So now I understand what I'm against, which is always beneficial. Wasteland is pretty garbage except for being a pitch to Mox Diamond, but it at least lets me put in a 4th Rabblemaster. Makes Echoing Truth and Brazen Borrower not so good, but I guess they're still fine. I guess Ensnaring Bridge was the card to get there. But they might have had like a Drawn from Dreams or something as their other card and just Emrakul'd me because it was easy. So that's worth considering. We'll play first though. This hand does not cast spells, unfortunately. I have to mulligan. This hand is better. We'll keep. I think I'm going to put the Ensnaring Bridge on bottom. And just go turn 1, Rabble, turn 2, Karn. With Karn I can do something. I can grab probably Liquimetal Coating. Really put the pressure on my opponent. I guess at this point it's Lattice that I'm gonna get Ensnaring Bridge. Ooh, wait, they did not. I'm going to get the Spyglass. Not the Spyglass, sorry, the Liquimetal Coating, because they just F6 this Karn's resolution. Which means that we're going to hit for a bunch right now. And then in my opponent's upkeep, I turn their island into an artifact. Should slow them way down. Gonna do anything? That mana? Pitching to 12. Impulse, okay. It's also worth noting I have Ballista for 2 available to me. But since Ballista for 2 is not lethal, let's get rid of this island. Awesome. Let's see if, ooh, that's not good. Show and tell Omniscience. I still actually survive an Emrakul hit. Ooh, I'm not sure if I survived that. So my plan now is to shared summons. Oh, I see. Spicier Eladomir's Call. Ice Fang Quaddle. Okay. Let's see how it is. Wow. So we really got here. Brutal. Now we take well beyond lethal. GG's opponent. I'll see you all for round 4, everyone. Hey everyone, we're back for round 4. We've lost the die roll. This hand is a turn 2 Trinisphere. as well as other things. It's got Firespout. I'm going to keep it. It's maybe a little bit loose, but I think it's reasonable against a lot of decks. Our opponent, Luanil, is on Volcanic Island Ponder, so it's kind of hard to say what they're playing. Chose to shuffle though, so I'm going to waste them. Hopefully I mana screwed him. Oh. Fair. They're fetching again. Underground Sea, so Grixis something or other. Ooh. That looks like they're on Storm, either Tess or Ant. Oko is a reasonable draw. Well, I think I'm supposed to play the Ancient Tomb so I can cast Karn if I draw Karn. Otherwise, I just Sylvan Library and I take the pain. Yeah, Karn would be great because Karn is a null rod. Yeah, Chalice off the top would be fantastic. Trinisphere off the top would be fantastic. Mox Diamond is also quite strong. It lets me play a Sylvan Library here. If I'm not dead next turn, I'm in great shape. Probably dead. Ant's turn 4, undisrupted. So Ant calls Killin' Time. Thus their hand is really bad. But Oko doesn't do anything, meanwhile Sylvan Library... Or Oko does some things, but I'd have to untap with it. Meanwhile, untapping the Sylvan Library gives me access to the top 3 cards of my library, which could easily have a Trinisphere or Ensnaring Bridge or what have you. Much better. Opponent's deep in the tank. As Ant players are wont to do. Deep in the tank on Brainstorm probably means I'm dead. But there's a chance they ad nauseum super low and then I turn Mox Diamond into an Elk and Elk 'em. That's a Cabal. Oh, that's an Infernal Tutor, okay. Maybe I do get to untap. LED. Oh wow, I get to untap. Yeah, let's draw 2. Tough. That's not what I needed. I am almost certainly dead this turn. So I'm gonna make food. My out at this point is my opponent tendrilsing me for exactly 20, at which point I go to 21. Just not hitting the right cards. A lot of good cards in here against Storm. 11 of them, actually. I've got Karns, 4 Karns, which would have been devastating. 4 Trinispheres, which probably would have been game over, and 4 Chalices, which would also be pretty close. Sure, my opponent's got me dead for well beyond lethal, but I just want to check. Do my due diligence here. Let's watch him do it. They've got the Passing Flames and the Tendrils, so. This is the way we die, assuming they cast 10 spells. They've cast 3 so far. Shouldn't be too hard to get to 10 either. Assuming that they can trip into rituals. So they can also Infernal Tutor into a ritual. And that's +2 Storm for +1 mana. It really shouldn't be too hard to kill me. I just want to make sure they actually deal me 22 or more, as opposed to the 20 that's sitting in my life total, in my life box. What are you thinking? Yep, they've got a cantrip. I figured that out. Infernal Tutor for Cabalrit. Probably. Cabalrit's pretty good here. Pondering first. Okay, they probably got an LED then, since they want to potentially discard their hand to Infernal Tutor again. Petal. Yep, there's the Cabalrit. Duress. All they have to do is just not Tendrils now. They have to cast another spell. Okay, they did it. They got us. Playing around the food. Yeah. So going into the sideboard, Wrenn doesn't do much of anything. Firespout does answer hordes of goblins. Ensnaring Bridge is pretty weak, but Ballista is worse. At least Ensnaring Bridge answers hordes of goblins if I empty my hand. I think I want the Rabblmasters. I want 1 Tormod Crypt. I want the Echoing Truth. And another Ensnaring Bridge or the Brazen Borrower? Or the Force of Vigor. Or fourth. I'm gonna grab a fourth Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. So, we're against Ant, we've got a bunch of good cards and we're on the play. How bad can it be, right? Well, pretty bad. As we've seen, we can always just draw stone cold nothing over and over again. I think we did. I think we played correctly. I don't know. I had reasons for everything I did. Maybe you can be the judge of whether or not I played correctly. I'll play first, though. I think that's correct. This hand, I believe, is too slow. It's got no good turn 1 play, so I'll mulligan. This hand's got Chalice and a Crypt. I'm gonna keep it. I think, yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. Let's play the Tormod Crypt first. And not Chalice and then Tormod Crypt to lose our stuff. Let's draw a land. Okay, that wasn't a land. Land, great. So now we can land a Sylvan Library. Our opponent's probably going to Abrupt Decay something. Looks like not Abrupt Decay something, probably Brainstorming. It's going to hold up this Tormod Script to try to discourage a Past in Flames line. Thoughtseize. Wonder what they're going to take here. Okay. Mox Diamond does not resolve right now. So I'm going to fetch a Taiga. Play Ensnaring Bridge. Pass the turn back to my opponent. Really would like it, like one of these Trinispheres I've been hearing so much about. Oko's good. I'm going to Oko this Ensnaring Bridge. Start getting in there. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. So at this point I'm going to shuffle away these two. Make a food. It's made a functional 22. I didn't want to lose my Tormod's Crypt or Chalice. They are both important parts of my game plan. Echoing Truth on Oko, huh? Okay. Thought seizing Oko. That tracks. Let's fetch to 18. Fortunately, these cards don't do anything either. So we just attack. We live to untap. I will crack the fetch. Although it's a big if. My opponent chose to not shuffle. Probably means we dead. Storm. Yeah, I'm not going to fetch until I know I can, because I've got this food token to put me at a functional 21. And it's +1 storm. Wonder if my opponent's going to be able to pull some like giant Cabal Ritual Chain or something to beat a Tormod's Crypt. I don't think so, though. I think they'll have to use their graveyard at some point. Thinking on the Brainstorm again. They're new to Storm, though, so obviously these are complicated lines. So at this point I'm going to fetch. If I draw an Oko, I can animate the food, so I'm not going to crack. Diamond, of course. Karn, cool. So at this point, I'm going to attack. Okay. Abrupt Decay there. So I can Karn for something. I think it's probably Karn for another Tormod Crypt. Hush. I just typed LOL in the chat. I'm an idiot. Apologies to all of you screaming in the background. But no, don't do that. You have so much to live for. I'm sorry. I'm just a dum-dum. Was recall, huh? Now we gotta crypt him. And crack the food. At least artifacts still don't work, thanks to the old great creator. Okay, cool. We got that game. Thanks to Karn. I think that Wrenn is probably better than Echoing Truth. Or no, they definitely brought in goblins, so Echoing Truth. Let's just try to draw a little bit better. Sand is not keepable. It looks good and it gets worse and worse. Okay, I guess. Just gotta turn one Chalice if we top deck a Chalice. Okay, so that means we might be very close to dead. It also encourages aggressive wastelanding. Because if we're very close to dead, it's probably tight on mana. We dead? Maybe. Nope. Yeah, I'm wastelanding. Ooh, I probably should have played my Lotus Petal. I most certainly should have played my Lotus Petal. Because Lotus Petal is my accelerant right now. Ponder? Oh, kill me. Kill me is what you're doing. Ad nauseum. Alright. Let's ad nause this shit up. Down to 8. LED is a good draw. Cavalry's a really good draw. Dark Art's a crazy good draw. Circle. Gotta stop here. At which point they have a fetch land. So playing LED out. I can hit with the Rabblemaster. I can prevent them from fetching black. So I'm assuming the Thoughtseize get discarded. Bulk is out. Misty's out. Thoughtseize. 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 Ponder. Now with these cards, I gotta figure out what to discard. Truth. Okay, well I've got a Rabblemaster. So I can either elk the LED or attack them to 1. Let's think about this for a second. So if I elk the LED, I can still just like fetch to 1 and tutor chain up. Like 1, 3 mana plus 5, or 3 mana, 6 mana, Infernal Tutor something or other, plus the LED. Meanwhile, Rabblemaster shuts off their fetch land from fetching black. So they'd have to top deck a Petal. I think that's the better play, since I know their hand. Hopefully that does it. Yeah, they need an, say, ponder, and they find an untapped black, or a non-fetch black source, just to not shuffle, so I think we lose. Yep, there's the... Yeah. So that kills us. I'm asking my opponent their thoughts. They think that I made the right call, trying to lock them out of black. So at this point, my opponent can grab Past in Flames. Yeah, it's tricky. I think I made the right call. My opponent is going to pass some flames. I'm super dead, so I'm just going to let them not worry about clicking and misclicking and what have you. I will see you all for round 5. Hey everyone, we're in the 0-4 bracket. I'm here for round 5. This hand is not a keep. As you can see, it only gets to 1 land. So we mulligan. This hand has a turn 1 Trinisphere, so we'll keep it. I'm going to bottom a Misty. Wasteland locking under a Trinisphere seems like a reasonably powerful play, unless our opponents also want a Chalice deck, which looks like they are. If they moon me, though. Yep, okay. Makes me grateful for this Mox Diamond. I pitch a Wasteland, play a land, it doesn't really matter which. At this point I'm hoping to draw Karn. Ballista's also good. I'm gonna play a Trinisphere next though, in case they have like petals and stuff. Also because I can Ballista for 2 next turn. This is very stupid. But it's a way to win. Okay. Got enough Trinispheres. But now, fortunately, we also have a Walking Ballista, so that's awesome. I feel like my opponent must have like Simian Spirit Guide in their hand. It's the amount that they're thinking. Karn Great Creator's coming down for sure. Grab a Coating. I'm getting in there with Ballista. See if we can try to Coating lock our opponent out of this game after they turn 1 Blood Moon. Cool, looks like we're going to manage to do that. Coating. It's 3. And we got game 1. Cool. Let's put a Force of Vigors in, Rabblemaster's maybe. Rabblemaster's almost certainly. Brazen Borrower comes in, Echoing Truth comes in, Walking Ballista probably comes in. Coming out, Trinisphere doesn't actually do much of anything, despite how that game looked. Ensnaring Bridge is similarly bad, Chalice is also garbage. These cards are bad. Now let's figure out what's the least bad. You can bring in a Spyglass. Spyglass is a reasonable include. Maybe like one Ensnaring Bridge. Hopefully my opponent undervalues Blood Moon, given how that game went. Hopefully they overvalue Chalice, given how that game went. We have a basic forest in this hand. And Blood Moon fixes our mana, so I'll keep it. Ooh, looks like they might be Painter. And I misassessed the matchup. I mean, that is what happened. It's okay. There's value in learning. Great Furnace, okay. Engineer. Wonder if I have to Ballista this? I probably do. Yeah. I definitely have to Ballista that. Boom. Oh. Next turn looks like it's either Wastelanding the Great Furnace or starting to Rabble. I think it depends a lot on how effective the Goblin token would be on the board state. Like if this is a Karn, I'm Rabbling for sure. Welder, huh? Okay. Wonder what's happening. I feel like I'm very close to dead. And so Wastelanding here is my best bet to maybe try to stall a turn and top deck a Karn. It's unfortunate that we misassessed the matchup so terribly. We have 4 Chalice of the Void in the sideboard. And Trinisphere is also really good against them. Also of note, this might be relevant at some point, but if we elk a Painter Servant, it continues to work. Layers are weird. I don't really get it, but that's the reality of this. Okay. Getting a land power blasted is actually totally fine. think I'm actually going to shoot down the welder right now. Before it's just like generating value off of astrolabes and stuff. And Goblin Rabblemaster is just going to attack 1/1 tokens into a Painter Servant. That doesn't really do anything. There's another welder. That's good for me. That's also good for me. Ooh. Keeps getting good. So I have 5 mana available to me. I'm going to start off, I'm going to go 1, 2. No, I only have 2 colored sources of mana. This Wrenn and Six is good though, so I'm going to keep it around. Go red-green. So now I can shoot down this Goblin Welder. I am going to attack with Ballista because there's no foreseeable situation where I block with the Ballista. This is an interesting game now. I'm very close to dead. So I guess I can another painter? Okay. That lowers the priority of killing painters. Go 1, 2, 3. Play a Rabble. Goblin's gotta get in there. Gotta hang. Technically, I'm presenting 2 damage between the Wrenn and Six and the Ballista, so there's a chance they don't block. They didn't block. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna bring back Wasteland. I can't play it this turn because I had to play Taiga. The Taiga, which is blue. And I do die to land and Grindstone. Seasoned Pyromancer does not kill me. It's also quite bad for me. Make some elementals. Yep. There's the land that they needed for the grindstone. And a petal. They're going to attack both at Wrenn and Six. Do I block? I think I double block one. Okay, let's rumble with the two goblins. I'm definitely wasting the Great Furnace here. Now I can either tick down on this Pyromancer to kill it, tick down the Elemental to kill it, or rebuy the Wasteland. I think at this point, at most, like, just ticking down on this Pyromancer. The reason being is I want to be able to potentially start attacking with Goblin Rabblemaster, and the Seasoned Pyromancer is a good blocker. Granted, Pyromancer can get exiled now and make 2 more elementals, but that's okay. They can't do much of anything either. That's a weird attack. I don't know what it means. Maybe it just means that they're just trying to pressure my life total. And I'm overthinking it. Force of Vigor would be such a good draw right now. Opponent is deep in the tank. Tapping their Astrolabe, huh? Filtering red into red. Not quite sure what's going on. I'm not a red painter. What can they be filtering? Oh, Fiery Confluence. Okay, so that's why they did that way. Makes a lot more sense. Wrenn and Six is a draw. So let's go red-green. Gain a life, which is awesome. And we can rebuy Wasteland. Use it. So now they do not have immediate access to Seasoned Pyromancer elementals. Yes, they do. It just took City of Traitors off the top. Karn. Okay. Can Karn get me? It's like good. Can go to 6. So let's play a Karn first. One, two, three, 4. Karn, gain a life. Fortunately, all my ballistas are in the main deck. My opponent wants to use their Petal and season up a Pyromancer. Now's their chance. They didn't. So I guess I'm going to plus on the Petal. With Wrenn and Six, I'm going to plus on nothing. Plus on nothing, or do I plus on Wasteland? I'm trying to empty my hand, but that's going to take a while anyway. Maybe I'm supposed to plus on Wasteland. Now I'm plussing on nothing. Yeah, because now next turn, so they exile this Pyromancer. Make 2 elementals. No, they didn't. Wow. Okay. Magus of the Moon. Actually kind of convenient. It's going for me. Okay. So I can get Ensnaring, I could get Lattice here and they can't cast anything else. No, I can't play Lattice. Get Ensnaring Bridge here. And I'm going to. Could also get Tormod's Crypt and Crypt him. I think I'm best off getting Ensnaring Bridge. Again, plussing on nothing because I'm trying to empty my hand. Ballista off the top would be the dream. Opponent shooting me down fast and hard. Taking 3 here. Now I can just animate Ensnaring Bridge to block. Which I will do. I think I'm going to hold the petal in my hand. No need to reveal it just yet. I like to top deck a Chalice. Might be like my best draw here. Or I can wish for a Chalice. Then I can't animate Ensnaring Bridge anymore. Karn, huh? Okay. Mutually assured destruction. So I can no longer use my petal for colored mana. And everything is Null Rod. There's a Null Rod in play. Basically. So if I get Lattice, I lose. Because this goes to 3 and it's attacked for 3. Grindstone, okay. So I keep on drawing a land every turn, which is not great for me. We will shoot down this Karn the Great Creator, so it can't minus and do anything. Next turn, fortunately, I can minus Karn and maybe grab Lattice? I'm not sure. Ooh. That kills me. That red Elemental Blast is the perfect draw. Yep, okay. So game 3. We now know what our opponent's playing. Brazen Borrower seems less good. Spyglass actually seems reasonable. Ensnaring Bridge seems not so great. I want Chalice. Let's put it that way. I want Chalice, I want Trinisphere. I don't think I need Rabble-Masters. And maybe I don't need Echoing Truth. I can trim a Trinisphere. Or 2. Let's submit that. So We'll play first. This hand has a Force of Vigor in it, so I'll keep it. Turn 2 Wrenn and Six as well. Play Wasteland Go, because then I can go Interplanar with this Wrenn and Six. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. This is an exciting game. What's our opponent doing with this Ancient Tomb? Astrolabing? Astrolabe, filter into red, cast a 1-drop, that would be cool. Deep in the tank about what they want to do, though. Meanwhile, we're sitting here with this Wasteland against an Ancient Tomb. Spellskite. Okay, that doesn't matter. Petal. Still doesn't matter. I think I play Wrenn and Six. Red-green. Plus on nothing. Since Force of Vigor has 2 targets, if I really need to kill something, I can target the Spellskite and the thing I need to kill, which is convenient. Because Spellskite's already a target, so they can't change the other target. Red mana. Goblin Engineer. Got a Painter Servant. There's a Grindstone. So now at this point, what I'm going to do is on the end step, I'm going to Force of Vigor, getting both Grindstone and Spellskite out of here. And then I can Red minus. 1, 2. Exile Sylvan Library. So yeah, this works well for me. Does not work well for my... Explain to my opponent why that didn't work. Ooh, now I don't even need to suicide anything. I can, though, if I want a Wasteland. Yeah, I think that's actually still worth it. So, Ancient Tomb, We'll Wrenn minus. One, two. Keep this Wrenn. Minus. Waste the tomb. And pass the turn. My opponent says that they appreciated that information. I hope it's true. Trying to be helpful, genuinely. This is a Magus that's a little annoying. It's an Astrolabe, but it's not too bad. Okay. So now at this point, return Wasteland, play it, cast a Ballista for 2, and I'm pretty well insulated against most shenanigans. Mox Diamond further insulates me against said shenanigans. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the Ballista. Grab back a Misty Rainforest, why not? And attack. So next turn we can deal 8 via the Ballista, which is not lethal. So we won't do it, obviously. Magus of the Moon, huh? Yeah, that's fine. So now we go -1, -1, and we got the match. Cool. So we we got a win in there, 1-4. Obviously not a stellar performance. I'm on a crazy losing streak right now, which is kind of nuts. I am 1-14 in my last 15 matches. Just to put things in perspective, I'm doing a lot of losing. And you've watched these matches. Clearly there's points where I'm not playing well, but I don't know if I'm playing 1-14 badly. I'm obviously tilting and just frustrated with my overall performance. So I'm probably going to take a little moto break. Nothing that you folks will notice. Just for myself, maybe a week off, just to let myself reset, not get so pressured into performing well and playing well and doing well, which is really the issue. You don't want to tie yourself to results, and I've noticed that when I get frustrated by a losing streak, I start to want to redeem myself, so to speak, and that causes me to need to win even more, which causes me to then lose more. And so I'm currently in that downward spiral, and I would like to get out of it. Anyway, this Planeswalker Prison deck, you saw some really sweet plays that it can do. The deck itself is very fun. I had a Blast Zone in the main deck at one point over the Firespout, which I'm not sure which is better. If you want to try the deck, feel free to make that swap. Obviously, I think the potential is there. Interplanar Beacon is a really powerful card in this kind of shell. And there's obviously, in rug colors, cards that I'm probably missing, like from the sideboard, which have like cool opportunities to answer something that I felt cold to or what have you. So I'm not quite sure what those cards are, but there's a lot of you and only one of me. So if anyone feels like exploring this deck, please hit me up and talk about it, and I'll happily provide feedback. I hope you enjoyed this video despite the losing. I would have liked to win more, really to show you what this deck is capable of, but that's sometimes how the cards fall, right? You don't win every match, and if you can lose one, you can lose a lot. You can lose 14 of your last 15 if you're me. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Take care.